They don't pay us to think. They pay us to know. We know we can beat them. There's no excuses why we shouldn't. Win the game, period. W's on 3, man. Let's go. W on 3. 1, 2, 3. W.
Welcome, all my fellow Redskin brethren and sistren. I am your man and resident Redskins fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Redskins Report. Wow. Okay. I have to admit, and I generally don't do this, but the Redskins actually got it right tonight. Now, I still think that they should have taken Drew Lock. He didn't get selected in the first round, so what does that say about Drew Lock? It doesn't mean he's not going to be a good quarterback. It just means that no one felt like he was worthy of a first round selection. That being said, there aren't many times as a Redskins fan that you feel like you've done something right as an organization. As fans, we can be proud of our organization. There aren't many times we get to feel like we're in the right. Tonight's one of those nights where we actually, come on, even the most negative Redskin fan out there has to say to himself, that's not half bad what you did tonight, okay? I'm not saying that this is going to make the Redskins a competitive team in 2019. I still think we're going to be a bad football team. Nothing has changed, all right? We still don't have a receiver. We still haven't attacked guard yet. There's still more draft to be had. So I'm not going to say that this is the end-all, be-all. I was on my live stream, and there were Redskins fans that were saying, hey, we should package up the 2 third-rounders to go back into the second round. No. Let's not get carried away. All right, we had one epic trade, and say what you want. Tonight was an epic first day of the draft. Day one was an epic, massive win for the Washington Redskins. We attacked arguably the 2 biggest needs on the football team in the first round in 2019. Staying put. I told the Redskins, put your damn seatbelt on and don't get out of the seat until after the 15th pick. And I said, after that, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you like. Yeah. And what did they do? They came back into the first round. So, for once, they took my advice. Now, again, Haskins, jury's still out on him. The same can be said for Montez Sweat. You know, he fell for a reason. And you heard some things about him necessarily not doing the best on some evaluation tests at the combine. Look, I don't know any of those things. I don't care about any of those things. All I can tell you is what I saw on the field from this man at Mississippi State. The dude is a beast. All right. And for the first time in a long time, we truly have real edge rushing ability in terms of speed coming off the edge with Montez Sweat. And I listened to him talk. He called in to talk to Larry Michael and J.P. Finley, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. He is upset. He feels like he's been slighted. Same thing with Dwayne Haskins. He said the league messed up. Now, Josh Rosen said the exact same thing last year this time, and look where he is in the predicament that he finds himself in. So words don't mean a damn thing, but I love when guys have a chip on their shoulder. I love when guys feel like they have something to prove. And both of these guys feel like they were slighted. Dwayne Haskins laughed when the Giants chose Daniel Jones at 6. He smirked, he laughed, and he felt like he was disrespected. Now he's in the same division with that same team that passed up on him at number 6, and he gets to play him twice a year. Now he's going to have to wait, and I don't expect to see this guy until the latter stages of 2019, when most likely this season is starting to go to hell in a handbasket. That's when you'll see them pull the bubble wrap off of old Haskins, old number 7, or whatever he decides to wear. I don't know if they're going to allow him to wear Joe Theismann's number or not. Bottom line is, they're going to pull that bubble wrap off of him and give him an opportunity to play late in this season, unless somehow, some way we're good. But that's another discussion for another day. Let's not bring this energy down with somber talk of 6-10, 7-9, or 5-11. Let's be excited about what the Redskins did, because for the first time in a long time, they've actually done something right. All right. The drafting of Haskins, sitting there and sitting put and not doing anything drastic and waiting for Haskins to fall into their lap at 15 was genius on the part of the Redskins. And honestly, It wasn't even genius. It was just patience exuded by the Redskins. He fell to them, and they waited, and they waited, and he got right into their wheelhouse, and they were able to make the selection at 15. And because of the patience shown at 15, they were then rewarded with an opportunity to trade back into the first round at 26 with the Indianapolis Colts. And all you had to give up was a second-round pick in this year's draft and a second-round pick in next year's draft. And oh, by the way, we don't do well with second-round picks anyway. So I'm not saying, because I was talking to Redskins fans during my live stream, and I was saying, look, at some point, we have to start drafting better in the second round. And you know how I feel. I've talked about this numerous times on the Redskins report, that we have to start doing a better job with our second round picks. Second rounders are supposed to be core football players for your team. You can't give up on second rounders because you're not good at it. At some point, you're going to have to be better. But for right now, there is no way that you can turn down 2 2s to get a 1 like Montez Sweat. That is something you do every single day and twice on draft day. And they did that today in moving a second round pick in 2019 and a second round pick in 2020 for the rights to 26 and drafting Montez Sweat. Look, it was an epic first round for the Redskins. It really was. It feels like we've won something. We didn't win a damn thing, but it feels like we won. And we got ourselves 2 quality football players. I myself wasn't the biggest Haskins fan in the world, but I know that he has talent. I know that this guy will continue to mature and grow. And I'm glad that he doesn't have to play right away. You know, he's going to say everything he's supposed to say. I want to come in. I want to compete. And when you look at the guys that's in front of him, there's not much stopping him from competing. But let's be honest with ourselves. He's not going to beat out Colt McCoy, and he's not going to beat out Case Keenum for the right to start week 1. And nor should he. I don't think he's ready to play, and I don't think he needs to be rushed into action. I want this to work. I don't want to be back in the draft 5 years from now looking for another franchise quarterback. I want to get this thing right this time because we didn't get it right in 2012. We thought we got it right, and we didn't get it right. I want to get this thing right in 2019. So if he doesn't play one single regular season snap and all we see of Haskins is in the preseason, I have no problems with that. If we don't see Haskins until week 12 when the Redskins are out of playoff contention and he has to start the final 5 weeks of the season, I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure they bring him along at the right pace and speed. The only thing that I'm worried about, and we had this discussion on the draft party with a couple of other Redskins fans, is that what if Jay Gruden isn't around to see this thing through? What if Jay Gruden is in the final year of his Redskins head coaching career and there's going to be a new guy coming in next year? How do we know he loves Haskins? We thought that Jay Gruden was going to come in and love Robert Griffin III and make him into the quarterback that they drafted him to be. And 4 weeks into him being here, he realized Griffin isn't the guy for the job. We don't know how this situation is going to turn out. All we can ask is that the Redskins find a way to make this situation as conducive as possible to success for Dwayne Haskins. And I'm excited about the opportunity that he's going to get in D.C. to be our franchise quarterback. We haven't had hope at this position since Robert Griffin III in 2012, and Kirk Cousins in 2012. We haven't had this much excitement with this position since Griffin in 12. And obviously, we thought we might have had a franchise quarterback in Kirk Cousins. He has since moved on. And so now we find ourselves in this position with a new opportunity to hopefully have a franchise quarterback in Dwayne Haskins, who has a chip on his shoulder. And we got a potential havoc-wreaking, fear-inducing pass rusher, which is what I asked for. I'm so excited I can't even talk. I asked for a fear-inducing, havoc-wreaking pass rusher, something the likes of which we haven't had since, dare I say, LeVar Arrington in 2001 in the lone Marty Schottenheimer year. Dare I say that, when he had double-digit sacks with Marty turning him loose. I don't know if we've had a fear-inducing pass rusher since then. All right? I know a lot of you out there, what about Ryan Kerrigan? Ryan Kerrigan scares no one. He's a solid football player, but he doesn't scare anybody. Montez Sweat in his 4.4 140, scares the hell out of people. We just got ourselves a hell of a football player, maybe even two, in what was an epic first round. You have to admit, for as bad as this franchise has been run, and as much heartache as they've caused us, today was actually a day filled with positivity as the Redskins, for once, got something right. The best of both worlds. You get a quarterback, and for those in the organization that thought we should have attacked edge rusher at 15, you double back and you satisfy their needs as well. I'd say once, and may never say this again, Bruce Allen, job well done. Still want your ass gone, but job well done. Kudos. I am a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskins spirit will never die. Redskins spirit will never fold until we meet again. Hail to our beloved Washington Redskins. It's amazing. I don't know if you guys were with me during the draft party, but I wasn't all that moved at 15, not by the Haskins selection. My heart wasn't racing like it normally is when the Redskins select, because I knew the pick was going to be Haskins. So I was pretty calm. When they traded into 26, when they traded up to 26, I almost lost it. I was a wreck inside, internally. Man, was that exhilarating. And to see the final product, let's hope that Montez Sweat is what we think he's going to be at the next level. I can't wait. Bart Scott, can't wait to see what this looks like. And I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. How did you feel about the two draft picks? How did you feel about the move up to get Sweat? What do you think the Redskins need to attack next in the draft with their 2 third-round selections in day 2 of the draft? Are you excited about these moves? Are you excited for the future? Does this reinvigorate you as a Redskins fan, or are you still ho-hum? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the Louie T Network if you haven't already done so. Of course, we'll reconvene after the draft has met its conclusion. I'll break down all of the selections and tell you what the Redskins have brought into town, and we'll reconvene then. But today is a joyous occasion. Celebrate, Redskins fans. For once, I think we might have actually done something right. I'm your man, Louie T. See you next time. Have a good one.
Louie T Network.